We begin this week's program by celebrating World Water Day. Happy World Water Day, and no better person to speak to than Riggs Eckelberry. He's the CEO of OriginClear. OCLN is their stock symbol. Rig, happy World Water Day.
Indeed. Water needs a day, probably a year, but we'll start with that.
We'll take a day and let's move our way up to a week and just see how it goes.
Exactly. Yeah, so it's been amazing. I've been talking about water all week in Puerto Rico.
How did that go for you?
You know, first of all, the Puerto Rican people are amazing. They're super resilient. To a certain extent, they've been forgotten.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what is this, 6 months without?
6 months, yeah.
It's terrible. And of course, San Juan's fine, but many hotels are still reopening. And you don't go very far out. Literally just beyond the airport, we went and visited. There's a photo of one of the cameramen that were following us around, taking a shot of some ruins. And literally once thriving business areas are just dead. It's horrendous. So that was tough. However, I did get a chance to speak at the key conferences. There were three, and the one where I spoke was called Coin Agenda. I think it was the best. Right? But I got a chance to really discuss our vision on stage, and there's a shot of me through a TV monitor, you know, tell it like it is. And then, you know, during the whole week, we had a documentary crew following us around, and I was able to make all these points and really talk about the need to really speed up water treatment by attracting capital towards decentralized. In other words, people treating their own water as a way to handle this tremendous problem.
And of course, you're in an area that's very sensitive to that right now because of what happened.
Yeah, so immediately we've decided that, you know, our plan is to immediately start a proof of concept project in Puerto Rico.
Okay.
Why? Because it's very needed there, and immediately I started getting projects like, you know, one hotel cannot open until they build a desalination plant. That's the last thing on the list, but it's not trivial. It's hard to do. So we want to help, and we'll very quickly, WaterChain is going to be doing what it says it's going to be doing, and blockchain, we'll do the blockchain thing as we go.
Right.
But the important thing is capitalize disruptive, modular, high-speed, decentralized water systems, roll them out, get them in use, and meanwhile, put this wonderful blockchain technology to work.
Now, to segue to another part of the world, we had a conversation before going on the air where you mentioned something about China. Tell us about that. Well,
again, it's a great World Water Day subject because China, as you know, has devoted something like $1/3 trillion to water cleanup, and they're very serious about it. One big problem is ammonia. And for years now, we've been pioneering ammonia treatment. You remember, perhaps we were doing aquaculture years ago. And that all came together in an amazing capability, and there's a shot of one of our units, very compact but incredibly efficient at handling variable levels, you know, of ammonia, which is difficult to do. The client's very happy. We rolled out commercially. You know, we have a wholly owned subsidiary in China, which is the master licensee for China. So in China, unlike the rest of the world, we're directly shipping to customers because we are our own licensee. We did that so we could control the channel and really, you know, it's all about relationships in China.
Of course it is.
And so we decided to really stay at the top and be there ourselves and invest. I think that's going to return beautifully. As I say, it's a big win, and we have revenue from China.
Well, you sound like a travel channel. Spain, Puerto Rico, now China. Once again, the company is OriginClear Incorporated, OCLN. Again, happy Water Day, Riggs, and thanks so much.
A la próxima vez.